Imagine waking up to find your country's most powerful ally has just declared economic war on you. Then, in the very same breath, that ally announces a landmark deal with your greatest rival. For India, on August 1st, that geopolitical nightmare became a reality. Hi, I'm Annie, your geopolitical analyst and on-camera truth hound. Welcome to Global Lens, the brand new series from Sena Beyond Borders, where we decode the world through an Indian strategic lens. President Trump dropped a 1-2 punch that sent shockwaves across the globe. First, a crippling 25% tariff on Indian imports, a move designed to punish New Delhi for its obnoxious trade barriers and its independent foreign policy, especially its ties with Russia. Then, the second blow, a historic trade and energy deal with Pakistan, centered on developing the nation's massive oil reserves. Trump didn't just embrace India's rival, he dangled the prospect of a future where Pakistan sells that oil back to India. It's a move that seems to defy all logic, shattering decades of American strategy. Why would the U.S. risk its partnership with a rising democratic power to embrace a historic adversary? To understand the answer, you have to see the world through a new lens. This isn't just policy. It's a high-stakes game of leverage and ambition. And we're about to decode the real play. The shockwaves from Trump's announcement hit New Delhi first, and they hit hard. 2 decades of trust building between the world's oldest and largest democracies, cracks appeared in an instant. For years, American presidents saw India as the essential democratic counterweight to an expanding China. That entire foundation has now been deeply shaken. The 25% tariff poses a serious threat to the Indian economy, targeting major export sectors like textiles, pharmaceuticals, and automotive components. The Indian government, while expressing its disappointment, has responded with firm resolve. Officials have made it clear that India will not compromise on its national interest and will take all necessary steps to protect its economy. Top leaders have pushed back on the idea that U.S. pressure could dictate their foreign policy, especially when it comes to sovereign decisions about Russia or Pakistan. Behind the scenes, New Delhi is scrambling. The government is in urgent talks with industry leaders to assess the full impact of the tariffs and plan its next move. While they've ruled out immediate retaliation, the feeling in New Delhi is that no deal is better than a bad one. This isn't just about economics. It's a diplomatic wound that makes them question how reliable the United States truly is as an ally. But as New Delhi reeled, Islamabad celebrated. For Pakistan, Trump's move wasn't a crisis. It was a strategic jackpot. A U.S.-Pakistan oil deal is the first major bilateral economic agreement in years, signaling a dramatic thaw in a relationship that has been stuck in a deep freeze. For Pakistan, this is more than an energy deal. It's a chance for economic revival and a powerful return to the world stage. The agreement promises to bring in much-needed American investment and technology to develop Pakistan's energy sector. Past U.S. government estimates have suggested that Pakistan could be sitting on significant shale oil reserves, and this deal is designed to find out just how much is there and how to get it. Of course, this American pivot is being watched with deep suspicion in India. For years, Indian diplomats worked hard to de-hyphenate their relationship with the U.S. from Pakistan's, to be seen as a global power in their own right, not just as half of a regional rivalry. With one move, Trump has effectively re-hyphenated that relationship, resetting the power dynamics in the region and undoing years of Indian diplomatic efforts. So what's the strategy behind this seemingly chaotic reversal? To get it, you have to understand the 3 pillars of Trump's foreign policy: trade, transactionalism, and personal leverage. First, this is all about trade. The move is straight out of the America First playbook, which uses tariffs as a weapon to shrink the U.S. trade deficit. Negotiations for a free trade agreement between the U.S. and India had stalled because Washington wanted more access for its farm and dairy products, a deal breaker for New Delhi. It seems Trump got tired of talking and decided to use force instead. Second, this is clearly punishment for India's strategic independence, especially its friendship with Russia, at a time when Washington is trying to isolate Moscow. India has continued to buy Russian oil and military gear, putting its own security and energy needs first. Trump is sending a blunt message. A strategic partnership with America isn't a free pass, and your choices have consequences. Finally, and maybe most importantly, this is a classic Trump move to create leverage. By starting a crisis with India while making friends with Pakistan, he has put himself in the driver's seat. He's put India on the back foot, forcing New Delhi to rethink its position in those stalled trade talks. The Pakistan oil deal isn't just a reward for Islamabad. It's a bargaining chip to use against New Delhi, a constant reminder that the U.S. has other friends in the neighborhood. But this isn't just a regional drama. Trump's bombshell decision sends ripples across the entire globe, threatening the one alliance America needs most to counter its main competitor, China. A strong U.S.-India partnership was supposed to be the anchor of the Quad, an alliance of democracies meant to balance out Beijing's growing power. Trump's actions have thrown that entire strategy into doubt. By treating India like a trade enemy, he's risking pushing away a key partner and weakening the very alliance he needs to counter China. This kind of hardball tactic could easily backfire, pushing India to look for other, more reliable partners, perhaps even forcing it into a more stable, if complicated, relationship with China, despite their own border issues. This crisis is forcing India to ask itself some tough questions. Will it give in to U.S. pressure? Or will this moment strengthen its long-held policy of strategic autonomy, where it plays on its own team instead of picking a side? So far, India's firm but measured response suggests it's choosing to weather the storm, preferring short-term economic pain over a long-term deal that compromises its national interests. Donald Trump's decision to hit India with tariffs while partnering with Pakistan has turned decades of American foreign policy on its head. It replaces a steady, strategic partnership with a high-stakes, transactional game. The move has sent a tremor through the region, creating economic pain for India, a strategic opening for Pakistan, and deep uncertainty about the future of the U.S.-India relationship. How will India find its way through this new, more hostile landscape? Will this push New Delhi to strengthen its ties with other global powers? And is this really the end of the U.S.-India strategic partnership, or is it just the world's most brutal negotiation tactic? The next few months will be critical. What do you think is really behind this major policy shift? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And for more deep dives into the changing geopolitical landscape, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.